It's official. Me and my friend Liz are definitely going to Rio this summer. What up, y'all? It's the Black Anime Guy, and I just got back from seeing Rio in 3D. And I really enjoyed this movie. So the basic premise is it tells the story of Blue, a rare blue macaw, who is taken away from his home and brought to Minnesota. Yeah, you know you're living the tough life when you're sent to Minnesota. There he is rescued and taken care of by a young girl named Linda. After years pass, a Brazilian scientist by the name of Tulio discovers Blue at a bookstore and tells Linda that he needs to go back to Rio de Janeiro to mate with the last of his species in order to preserve his species. And from here, the wackiness ensues. Now, I'm a big Blue Sky Studios fan. I'm a big fan of Ice Age, the franchise itself. I did like Horror and Here's a Who, and their other work is meh. But pretty much they're okay in my book. And this movie is very entertaining, very enjoyable. Now let's get into the pros. When they're flying in the air, this is where the 3D is used the most, and it looks phenomenal. It looks awesome. When they're flying over Rio de Janeiro, it's like I'm flying with them, and it was like awesome. It makes me really want to go to Rio right now. The humor in this movie is pretty funny too, and they had some kiddie humor for the little kids, then they had some adult humor that you can get. For a rated G movie, they really pushed the boundary. I mean, just look at the premise. A blue bird is brought back to Rio de Janeiro to literally have sex so he can preserve his species. Yeah, pushing the boundaries. I love it. I like some of the songs in this movie. They were very catchy. It made me want to like... Yeah, I know, that was pretty bad. I'm sorry. Very likable animal characters. I liked almost most of the animal characters in this movie. They all were very hilarious. They brought some characterization into this movie. Some of my favorite characters would have to be, first of all, the villain, Nigel. Freaking badass. He played the villain to a T. It was awesome. And he had a pretty kick-ass song in the movie. It was hilarious and it was threatening at the same time. Kudos to you, brother. Jamie Foxx's character and Will.i.am's character, the two buddies, I thought they were pretty good, and they had some pretty awesome songs, as I've said before. George Lopez's character was pretty good, though I felt like he wasn't used as much as he should have been, but he's okay. I liked it. As I said before, the visuals in this movie is phenomenal. Some of the scenes, like, my favorite scenes are the flight scenes, and when they're going over Rio de Janeiro, and the Carnival scene in the movie. Awesome. It looked so visually stunning. It literally almost brought a tear to my eye thinking that I wish I was there. I wish I was the one hang gliding. I wish I was the one at Carnival. I'm jealous of all those people in that movie. I want to be there. But sadly, with kiddie movies, you have a ton of cons. First of all, as expected from a kiddie movie, this movie is very cliche. This story is nothing new at all. I mean, come on. Guy brought to meet a girl. Both hate each other at first, then they like each other, then they get into a fight, then guy has to go rescue the girl, then they end up together. The end. It's been done before. I mean, been done before. Some of the character designs for the humans, they all kind of look the same. You couldn't tell the difference which one is which unless you heard their name or you heard them speak. Some of the characters just look the same. That's not good. The chemistry between Linda and Tulio, not feeling it. He's a loser and she's a loser as well. I mean, their chemistry felt so forced and I didn't like it one bit. All of the animals had great chemistry, but when you take the human story, it was boring. Like, was nowhere interested in the human story than I was in the animals, because the animals were kick-ass. I liked their story. The humans, yeah, that's what I thought of it. Boring. This movie, again, since it's a kids movie, I have to give it a little leeway. But this movie had a ton of slapstick comedy. You know, where they get hit in the head, or they fall down a cliff, or they hit a wall. All that type of humor. It's funny for a little while, but not so funny after the 10,000th time. I also forgot to mention the Bulldog character, voiced by Tracy Morgan, was freaking hilarious. He had like some of the best lines in the whole movie. Yet he too was underused, and I didn't like it. Overall, though, I really enjoyed this movie, though I had a few problems with it. But I give it leeway because it is a kids movie. It's not aimed towards me. It's aimed towards more family entertainment, which is understandable. That's why I will give this movie a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It's not great, but it's an enjoyable movie. And I recommend, if you have any kids, or if you just want to have some good all-around animated humor, see this movie. What did you think of the movie? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Comment below. Let me know. Anyway, this is the Black Anime Guy, and I'll see you all later. Peace, YouTube.